Hi, welcome to yet another video from my channel. So, if you have not subscribed till now, you can subscribe and watch or continue watching my videos from here. So, today's topic is graphs, and last class we have seen what is a straight line graph and how it behaves, y equals mx plus c, how that behaves, all these things we have seen. So today we are going into a different graph, that is the parabolic graph, parabolic equations. This one, let's say a graph of function y equals ax squared if you want to draw. So you get this one, the equations y equals x squared, and then take the values like this for x coordinate, x axis values like -3 to 3. They will tell, take the values for x from -3 to 3, or -4 to -5, or they will give this table itself. They will give the table and they will not give one in between. They will not give this, or they will not give this, something like this, right? So you maybe have or to only fill few things. That's how you are getting in exam. Basically, this is we call a parabola. We call this curve as parabola. We have circle, right? We have circle. Circle is also a curve, right? Curved circle. This is we call a parabola. Our question in O level, very simple, very easy ones, not very difficult. Just to draw. When you are drawing, only thing is you have to be drawing like here curved one. You see, yeah, this nice curve you have to take, and also it's not should not be you should not just like connect these 2 points with a straight line like this. When x is -3, y is 9, so that's the point here they have drawn. And x is -2, y is 4. X is -2, y is 4. And then when x is -1, y is 1. Likewise, they have drawn all points and nicely drawn the curve. That's all we have. We have to have a graph paper, and in exam they'll give the graph paper. We have to have our practicing graph papers. Now, how to take the scale? You can take a small 10 box, you can take one, or otherwise you can take as you wish also. Means like 10 box you can take two also. Yeah, we have to draw the graph. So you will have to have a nice pencil. We say HP pencil you should have, and then you should not just like erase and draw nicely a nice curve. You have to draw like this, right? So in this parabola graph, we will just check some characteristics here. Here we see the turning point. We call minimum point is 0, 0. That is one important thing. Why they are saying a minimum point here? Some graphs will be like this, where this here you get the maximum point, right? That's a maximum point. Here this is the minimum point. That's all difference. There's no much. Maximum is where in the top, minimum is where it comes down, right? And also the graph is symmetric about y-axis. See, it's like symmetric, both sides is same, every place is same, right? And also the equation of x-axis, the equation of the axis of symmetry is x equals 0. Y line or x equals 0 line is the axis of symmetry, right? So this is very simple uh, graph, a parabola graph, where y equals ax squared graph, where the parabola goes through the origin we call, right? This is we call origin or 0, 0. This is generalized. They generalize. A here is 1 in this equation. A here is 1. This can be 2, this can be 3, this can be half, right? Like that. -2, -1, something like that. Few more information. The minimum value of the function is 0, as I told you. Minimum value of the function is 0. And also the function decreases when x value increases. X value is what's happening, x value to this side. From here, x value is increased. So the function here is what's happening? Function is going down. Y equals x squared means this is the function. Y is a function. Y is a function. Whatever they give, y equals x squared, or y equals x squared plus 2, or y equals 2x squared plus 3. Y is the function. Y is the graph here. Y is the graph. And also the function increases from 0 when the value x increases positively. You see, same thing, same story. See, x is increasing here, y values increasing, right? X is 1 means y is 1, x is 2 means y is 4, x is 3 is y is 9. The function is increasing. So y is increasing means the function is increasing, right? So this question comes, this increasing decreasing question comes, right? So you have to understand. If you have not understood anything on this, please ask. The values for a, here half, here 1, here 3, right? So see how the graphs in this one, if you see here, same graph. Y, we are just talking about, our discussion is about y equals ax squared, right? A can be anything, as I said, right? A can be anything. Now all the a values here is negative. So in this, if you just check the characteristics of the function, we are talking about the characteristics of the function. That means of the graph. Graph parabola is with a maximum point, right? Everything is having a maximum point, because I was saying it goes like this, means it's coming, okay, giving a maximum point, that's all. And the coordinates of the maximum point are 0, 0, 0, 0, right? And the maximum value of the function, means, see, the graph goes and turns here and comes down. So maximum value of the function is 0. So function is increasing when x is negatively increasing, right? X is negatively increasing this side, and also function is decreasing when x is positively increasing, right? When x is positively increasing, function is coming down, right? Coming down. Now we have come to a new equation, y equals ax squared plus b, where this is not going through the origin, right? It's going through somewhere else, and there is a connection now. Now we see, like, we have equation y equals x squared plus 3, right? So we have put all these numbers and we have drawn the graph. What we can see is this plus 3, you can see plus 3 is the place where it intersects the y-axis, or it is the place where the minimum point is coming. This one you should have some idea, right? So if you have a y equals ax squared plus graph, then the b is going to be, this b is going to be the turning point, or minimum point, or maximum point. This comes in the question. You just think, you make this 0, I get this, right? I get this. If I make this 0, b equals 0, means I get this graph. That is the b that we are talking about. That is a 3 that we are talking about. This just shift down, you will get this equation. You just shift this one down, you will be getting this equation, right? And touches the origin where b is 0. We have a little different graph. What is the difference here in this? Yeah, it is maximum point, and it was previous graph was going like this, and this is going upside down. What's the reason for that? Yes, this guy, a is equals to -2, and b is what we have got here. Yeah, plus 3. Is it plus 3 here? Yeah, it's a plus 3, right? So the turning point is very important to identify where is the turning point, how is the turning point. Now in these equations, our y value only we are getting. Turning point is, what's the turning point? Can you tell me in coordinate points? 0, comma 3. You have to tell the x1 first. This is the turning point here, right? And what characteristics that we are discussing about here is, these are the things that we are discussing. The graph of functions is one parabola with a minimum point when a is positive, that we discussed previous one. When a is positive, then that a minimum point. And when the parabola with a maximum point, a is negative. That's what we are discussing about this here. And also the equation of the axis of symmetry in this graph is x equals 0, y axis. The coordinates of the maximum or minimum point is 0 comma b. See, right, this generalized it and they gave. And also the maximum or minimum value for the function is b. That one also you have to remember. So maximum or minimum point is going to be b, and 0 comma b is a turning point, right? These are the two important things you have to have in your mind. Now, by seeing the graph, can you tell me where is the turning point? 0 comma minus 2, right? Let's check. Yes, 0 comma minus 2. I should have asked, is it going to be a minimum point or maximum point? So why is it a minimum point? A is positive here, a is positive here, right? Now here we see a number a has got a minus 2, right? A has got a minus 2. That means we have got a maximum point, right? Okay, now we will just check finding the roots of an equation. So ax squared plus b equals 0 graph. How we are going to find the roots of that? Now, if I'm asking you, like, if you have ax squared plus bx plus c equals 0, this is my function means. What are the roots of this? This is a quadratic equation. Finding the roots of a quadratic equation. What are the roots of this? We will be getting an answer. We can get the answer for this by 3 methods. You can solve a quadratic equation, right? What are the 3 methods that you can solve a quadratic equation? If I have x squared plus 3x plus 2, example, equals 0. So if I want to find the roots of this equation, what are the ways for me to find the roots of this equation or solutions of this equation, right? So what are the methods to solve a quadratic equation is, one is factorization, second is by completing the square method, third is by using this equation. Now once we have an equation like this, x squared plus b equals 0, or y equals x squared minus 2x, x squared minus 4, if we want to draw this one, we have drawn this one. Our equation drawn is y equals x squared minus 4. Now, if we want to find the roots of the equation, our function is x squared minus 4. This is a function we have. If you are just thinking, when it crosses through the x-axis, y coordinate on the place, y coordinate is 0. That means for x squared minus 4, what's the solution? Then we have to check where y is 0, that means equals 0, x squared minus 4. That means I can solve this. X equals 4, x squared is 4, the x is going to be how much? Plus or minus 2, right? Plus or minus 2. Did I get the answer there? Yeah, that is the answer we are getting there also. So this is what we are talking about, the root of the equation, right? So in graph, they are just mixing a little bit of quadratic equations here, but actually, as we discussed, graph method is there to solve even a simultaneous equation and then a quadratic equation also. Yeah, you can find the solution for a quadratic equation as well. Did you understand? Plus b. Now what we are coming to? Now what is the difference here? Bx Dx has come in between, right? But this dx is something new for us here, where this guy was 0, that means x becomes 0. Now we will try to draw this graph. We are going to draw a graph like this. Y equals x squared minus 2x minus 3 is a graph that they told us to draw between minus 2 to 4, minus 2 to 4, and we have taken the points like this. We have drawn like this, right? This is a graph we have got. Now can you explain to me what things we have discussed previously on this? Whatever you see, the minimum point here is 1 comma minus 4, right? And then what else you find here? The turning point is 1 comma minus 4. What else you find? Minus 1 or 3, what is that? Yeah, the root of the function, the root of the equation. That means, so our equation here is going to be y equals x squared minus 2x minus 3. Now let's just check this equation and arrange it in y equals x squared plus b format. Let's try to bring this equation in that way. So let us try to do that. We do is completing the square method in quadratic equations. You would have studied about completing the square method. So I'm going to do that here. So we have arranged our equation like x minus 1 squared minus 4. So most of the time, what in exam, what we will be getting in past paper questions, if you take from 2015 to 2020, always they will be giving our equation. This kind of equation will be changed into this way and asking us to find these two places. These two places means this one and that one. They'll be giving as unknown and they'll be asking you to find that out. So if you take these two numbers here, if you take these two numbers just to verify that, you can see here minus 1 is here and minus 4 is here. So that minus 4 is here. When you take and arrange an equation in this format, that means x squared minus 2x minus 3 or ax squared plus bx plus 3 into ax squared plus b, like we have just taken a kind of that one, completing the square method, where this is going to be the turning points. These two letters will be representing turning points. So it's going to be x minus some number. So this positive one is going to be here. So if we got x plus, that means our turning point is going to be minus. Our turning point is going to be minus if it is plus here, right? And here minus 4, as it is directly, we can read it's minus 4 only. So this is one thing that you have to remember, or you will be coming across so much time on this to find out what this x, what is this place, what are those values, and what it represents, and what are the values for that. So we can see from here, these are the values we are getting. This is the turning point, and turning point will be represented by our equation in this format, and directly we can find out those 2 points. This is one thing that you have to remember. And in this also, we can see here also we could have arranged this here only minus x. So if I get my equation and rearrange this equation to our format, completing the square method, let's check that one. Minus x squared minus 2x plus 6. This one, if I rearrange this, So I'll just rearrange this. Now I can see minus to minus plus. So I can see plus 7 minus x plus 1 whole thing of square. This is what I have got now. Now let us check where the turning point is. If you come and check, the turning points are 7 and 1. That means in x-axis minus 1 and y-axis 7 is a turning point. Now you see that, so you can see here directly 7 plus 7 represented here, this 7. And as I said, it's going to be x minus something, it has to be, otherwise it should be otherwise I could say like x minus minus 1, right? X minus minus 1 I can put. So it's going to be my minus 1 is going to be turning point. So that's where the turning point is going to be. And also, you know, here minus means in front of my function x squared. If I have a minus, so that's going to be the maximum point. We have seen that also. So you remember this. There are a lot of questions coming in this, and you should be able to find out directly from the equation given, or they will turn and give. Most of the time, they will give this and ask you to find out something like they'll put A for this, and they'll be putting a B for this, and asking you to find what are the values for them. Now we can see A is going to be 7 and B is going to be minus 1, right? B is going to be minus 1. These are the answers for that. Now let us check the summary, what we have studied till now. If you see these graphs, now we have seen the parabolic graph. This one is y equals x squared, where y equals ax squared. That's what we studied, ax squared, where a is positive. In this case, a is positive means the minimum value. We have seen the minimum value. It goes through the origin because there is no other numbers. Only x is going through, so it's going to be origin always. And we have next seen is this kind of equation where y equals minus half x or minus x squared minus 2x squared. So this kind of equation, we will be getting the maximum point where both of these places, y is the symmetric axis, on these two types of graphs that we have seen. And then we came to this kind of equation, that means y equals ax squared plus b, right? The b is going to be the turning point here. The b is going to change different now. This one we have got 3, that 3 is this 3 that we have seen. Y equals x squared plus 3, that 3 is a 3 that gives us here. And why it is a minimum point? Because we have seen y equals x squared here. It's not minus, it's plus. So that means minimum point here. You can see the minimum point here also, right? If it is plus in front of x squared, what is the coefficient? Plus 1. So it's going to be a minimum point. And what we have done later was this one, same, but minus 2x squared plus 3 is a turning point here. Minus means we know, minus x squared means we know it's going to be a maximum point, like these two places we get this one, and these two places we get the maximum point because in front of x squared we have got a minus number. And still the symmetric axis is going to be y-axis or x equals 0, right? And then we came across this kind of graph that was the change. We got the change here. That means we have got y equals x squared minus 2x minus 3. That means we came across y equals ax squared plus bx plus c, where we have came to a different type of question, function or equation. Function means y equals, so y is meant as function. We always discussed in this what function is increasing or decreasing, where y value is increasing and decreasing. This is the meaning of function. right? And then in this type of graph, we can see x has come in between. That changes our equation. And we said this can be arranged to a completing square method, and we said from there we can find out the turning point. Here we know x in front of x squared is plus, so it's going to be a minimum point. And then where with the x we arrange like y equals x minus a plus b, means this a directly gave what is x. That means here plus should be plus 1, here 1 only. That means x minus 1, right? X minus 1, minimum point means plus, we said. And the b value here is minus 4. That means b is going to be minus 4 here. So this is what we learned later. And then we came across, next one was this one. Same, y equals minus x squared minus 2x plus 6, where in front of x squared we got a minus. That means a maximum point. We knew how to arrange this equation, x minus x squared minus 2x plus 6, a completing square method. We did that and we got the turning points as well on that, right? If you can remember. So these are the 6 types of graphs we were coming across, and now we'll go into the past paper questions. Now we are into 2015 question. Now we have seen this one, right? First thing they always asked us, they gave us the equation. Now we can see an incomplete table prepared to draw a graph of the function y equals minus x squared plus 4x minus 1. That means ax squared plus bx plus c type of equation or function is given. And we are expected to, first thing was find the value of y when x equals 2. That means we need to find the value of this one. For that, what we do is directly do y equals minus x squared plus 4x minus 1. We come and substitute the value of x equals 2 where x is there. So just go and substitute, right? Y equals minus, I have to put instead of x 2 plus 4 into 2. I'm representing 2 here, substituting 2 here, minus 1. That means this is 2 squared means 4. So minus is already there, minus. This 2 into 4 is 8 plus 8. This is minus 1. That means I will be getting minus 4 minus 1 is minus 5 plus 8. That means I'll be having plus 3. So where I'm going to replace or fill this place with plus 3. We'll draw the function by selecting a proper, using the scale of 10, small division as 1 unit along the x-axis, and along the y-axis draw a graph of the above function on a graph paper. So they gave us how the unit has to be. 10 small units, 1 unit. 10 small divisions, 1 unit they asked us to draw. So we will just draw that. Now answer the questions here, right? So we have drawn a nice smooth graph taking all the points here. We have taken minus 1 minus 6, and then 0 minus 1, 0 minus 1, and then we have taken 1 and 2, 1 and 2, and 2 and 3, 2 and 3, 2 in x-axis, 2 in x-axis, y is 3. This is what we found out. And 3 means on x3 means y is going to be 2 this point. And then we came to 4 and minus 1, 4 and minus 1 this point, and 5 and minus 6 this point. And taking all those values, now draw a nice smooth graph. Smooth graph, you get additional point 1. If your smooth graph is not smooth, then you are going to lose that point, right? We have drawn the graph and we will check what the answers are going to be. Other questions. Question number 3, write down the range of value for x for which y is greater than or equal to -2. Most of the time these days, what we have been getting was like this. Y is numbers like this. Example, I'm just giving -2, and let's say here y is going to be -2 to y is +2, y is smaller than 2, and y is greater than equal to -2. This kind of one they were giving, but in this they gave like this: y is greater than or equal to -2. So it's a little different. Let's say y equals -2 point. This is the y equals -2 place. So what happens? Greater than to that. Yes, that means we have to take all these places. That means y equals -2 means goes here and come back to this place. So we have to take all these places in this. Means all these places. Whatever I'm just shading, total one you have to take until this. So this is the graph area that we are considering. So for that, what is the y x value? For that, what's the x value? Right, -2, -2. So x values are going to be, here you can see -2. We come here and just go and check -2 where it meets, and then check what's the value here for my x value, and -2, what's the value x value here. So you can give the answer as x is, you can say, so x is going to be greater than 2. You can check here, it's 2 places because 10 small units is 1. So it's 2 units we have cut. That means -0.2 to 4.2. 4.2 is going to be our range, right? That will be the answer here. And then we came to next question. That this was the question that we are discussing about. Write down the coordinates of the maximum point of the graph and thereby write down the function in the form this one, where k and h are constants. We were discussing if it is going to be a maximum point, our equation is going to be in minus. Yes, minus, we see, right? Maximum point in minus. And we have arranged and said this is the turning point. That means if I'm going to say this is 3, so k is going to be 3, right? Y equals 3 minus x, h is going to be my 2, right? 2. Now you will be wondering what is going to be, it's plus or minus. As I was telling, if you can remember, x minus number has to come. Now this plus 2 for h, it's going to take a plus value. This h is going to be plus 2 and k is going to be plus 3. So these are the answers for that.
There was a question why this inequality x is less or equal to 4.2 and x is greater than or equal to minus 0.2. Why is the equal sign comes? The equal sign comes because in our question they said y is greater than or equal to minus 2. When there is an equal sign in the question, that means that number is included. So we also have to have inclusion in that. That means equal sign has to be there, not the only inequality. So we should have the equal sign there.
The question number 5 of that, given that 2 minus square root 3 is root of the equation, this one, x squared minus 4x plus 1 equals 0, find an approximate value for square root of 3. This kind of question has come repeatedly sometimes. In another year also we have got asking us to find the square root of 6. Let's see that later, but now we'll try to find out the answer. The root of this is going to be 2 minus square root of 3. That means we see, right? We see 2 minus square root of 3 means we will be getting a root, means this is one place, right? This is one place, and root of the equation. Let's check what this equation is. Let's check what this equation they have given. X squared minus 4x plus 1. Is it the one they gave? What we have got is y equals minus x squared plus 4x minus 1, right? Minus 1. So this is the equation I have got, but is it the same thing that they gave? If I ask you, yes, it's if you're just going to be taking y equals 0, right? Y equals 0, you check minus x squared plus 4x minus 1 is going to be 0, right? Now I can multiply by minus. There is no problem. There is no harm. It's going to not going to change this side. So x squared minus 4x plus 1 equals 0. So this is the equation they gave. That means this is the function that we're talking about. Why this equation, the roots of the function of this is going to be found where the function cuts or crosses on x-axis, right? On x-axis where it goes through, we have to find one root. The one root is going to be what? Not two roots. We have to just consider a root. A root is going to be 2 minus square root of 3. So we have two roots on this. The two roots that we have got here, the two roots that we have, one is going to be it's going to be around 1 2 3 0.3, right? About 0.3 and 4.2. We have to consider only one root. So one root is going to be 2 minus square root of 3 means 2 minus 1.7. That means we are discussing about 0.3. That is the 0.3 discussion. So that's going to be equal to this one of the roots. So this is going to be 2 minus square root of 3 is going to be 0.3. So that's going to give us 2 minus goes the other side, minus goes the other, 0.3 comes to this side. That will be square root of 3. This gives 1.7. 1.7 is going to be equal to square root of 3. This is what they wanted to ask. First decimal place, they wanted to answer this answer as first decimal place. So square root of 3 is going to be 1.7. As earlier I told, we are going to take 4.2 or 0.3. Which one we are going to equate this to? Which one we are going to, are we going to take 4.2? Because 4.2 is much bigger than 4, where we have to subtract some number from 2. So it's going to be really less than 2. So that's not going to be 4.2, that's going to be 0.3. So we decided this is going to be the root of that. From the graph itself, we know the solution of the roots of the function is going to be here. That's going to be this 1.3. So that's what we equated here, 0.3 to that number. So that number we gave, from there we found out 1.7 is going to be square root of 3. The 16th question, if you take here, function that we are drawing, that we are trying to draw. So they are saying find the value when x is 1. So I think you can find the value here. There's no problem, right? And then they are saying using scale of 10 small divisions in 1 unit along x-axis and y-axis, draw the graph, the above function on a graph paper. Hope this is also possible, right? Third part comes, let's say we have drawn, this is our graph we have now. We have taken the points and drawn a nice graph. Do you understand why we need a nice shape? Because when we have to find these values here and here, if our graph is not very smooth, then we will not be able to find approximate correct answers. It will be a little different. For smooth drawing, there is 1 marks. and then find the range of value of x for which y is decreasing. What is the value for x here? What's the value for x? What we have to find? Find x or y. We need to find what? X. Yes. X we need to find the decreasing from -4 to 1. What's happening there? -2. Right side or left side, I'll put -2. I'll put here, right? Because that is the smallest one. Right? Okay. Then -2 to y is going from -4 to y is going to 1. So what's happening to my x value? -2 to -1, right? This is the place we are discussing about. These are the two places we are discussing about. From here to here, right? That means -2 to -1. Okay. Now I should put something they have given. They have given here this one equal sign also. Where I'll put this equal sign? One is less or equal. Where I'll put this equal. Yeah, less or equal to -1. When y is less or equal to, equal also there. Here only they are asking, right? Here only they are asking. So that point itself also together. So that means our answer also have to be with this less or equal to. They are saying, suppose that the given function is written in the form y equals something plus q, indicate the point P and Q on the graph M. So where is this point? What they are asking about? They are asking about the turning point. And they rearranged our equation, the given equation, this equation in this format. That's all, this format. Of course, this format is the format that I was talking about, that is completing the square method. We are not expected to make it, but we should know by completing the square method only it has come to this point by rearranging that. So in this what we understand is the turning point is P and Q. P and Q, the M is to be marked here, and P is the value here. P is this one, 1, and Q is 5. Q is 5. So we have to give the answer as P equals 1, Q equals 5. That is a turning point, or 1 comma 5 is a turning point. Last part of the question is asked. That is our function. If you take the function here is, if you just take that, you are having 4, right, minus x squared, minus to minus is plus 2x. This is a function I have. I can just multiply by minus, so I'll be getting x squared minus 2x minus 4. This is the function I have, same function, right? Now can you tell me what they are talking about? Now x squared minus 2x minus 4, we made it 0, right? X squared minus 2x minus 4 equals 0. That's we said. That's the function. That's a function that we are discussing about. That function becomes 0 means values will be where? These are the values that we're discussing about. This place and this place, where it goes to the x-axis, right? Where it goes to the x-axis. If you're finding roots of that, yes. Now they're asking, find the positive value. Positive value only they're asking. Find the positive value of x such that this first decimal place to the first decimal place. So you check where is my equation is on positive value. What is the positive value, positive root here? Yeah, 3 point, we can say 3.2. So x equals 3.2. Yeah, now because you see 3 here, right? This is 4. in between 10. That's what they said, 10 small divisions, right? 10 small divisions. If it goes to the second one, it is 3.2. If it goes to the fifth one, it is 3.5. You understand that? And when they are seeing the answer, they will give points. They will give points. Like if even if it is for plus or minus one, you give like your graph was little bit here and there. You might have drawn as per your drawing only. They'll get the answer. So they'll get, if you get 3.1 or 3.3 or 3.2, any of these answers you give, your answer will be accepted. If you draw this one also same like that, draw that. Okay, draw that. Now here express a given function where a and b are two numbers, right? This is what they are discussing about. A and b are two numbers. Express the given function. They are asking us to express this function like this. How would you express that one? Now we have y equals x squared plus 4x minus 2. They are telling us to express that function like this. A and b you have to identify. How would you find? This is what they are asking to express y equals. And further they are saying, and furthermore they are saying, find the positive root of this one to the first decimal place and thereby find the approximate value of this one. Now we said, what we said about this function when it finding the roots means what we said, y equals 0. So this becomes 0. And when that becomes 0, where the line cuts where? Yeah, these are the two places where it goes through, right? These are the two places where it cuts my x-axis. That is where we are just discussing. And find the positive root to the first decimal place and thereby find the approximate value of this one. So that's what they're saying. Positive root is how much we are getting here? Yes, 0.4, right? Of course, 0.4. So answer for x will be 0.4, right? Answer is 0.4. But here's something additionally they are coming and asking. Now if I just arrange this one, x plus 2, so whole thing of squared equals, and then I can say x plus 2 equals square root of, right, square root of 6. Now I found the answer for x as 0.4. I come and put this here. It's going to be 2.4. That means square root of 6 is going to be 2.4. That's the answer they are expecting from us. That's all. 2018, if you take, you can keep drawing this, find out the answer for what's the value for y here. If you just come and substitute in our equation, this is like y is a quadratic function, is an incomplete table, y corresponding to several values of x is given here, right? By considering the symmetry of the quadratic function, obtain the value of y when x is 4. So this is where they gave, normally what they gave was, they gave the equation first and they asked us to find out the missing number. But in 2018, a little bit different, where they did not give the function directly, but they said use the symmetry of function. We know a parabola is going to be a symmetric one always. So use that one and find out. They said, we see here, we can see it's going to be 6, 1, minus 2, minus 3, right? And it is going to increase to minus 2, right? Minus 2. And next number is going to be, we can see here, minus 2, minus 2. So 1 is here. So that one we are going to get here, right? That one we are going to get here, because 5 also we can see 6. So using the symmetry of this one, we can identify as 1. Using the standard system of axis and suitable scale, draw the graph in the quadratic function, a graph paper used based on the above table of value. So we have drawn that, right? You can see we have drawn this graph is drawn a smooth graph. Describe the behavior of y as a value of x increases from 0 to 2. Why we have to check, or the function what happens we have to check. X is increasing from 0 to 2. X is 0 here, 0 to 2. When x is going from 0 to x is going from 0 to 2, what happens to that is a question. You can see so we can see that what happens, 0 means x is 0 means it's here, y is going to be in this spot, y is going to be here, right? Y is going to be here, and 2 means it's going to go here. So what happens to us? Describe the behavior of y. Y is decreasing from 1 to -3. Y is decreasing when x is increasing, right? Y is decreasing, the function is decreasing when x is increasing. So we can see now the next question is express the quadratic function in the form of y equals this one. We have seen that when the turning point is going to come, how the equation is going to come. And we see here in front of x squared, we have got a plus. That means we know it's going to be minimum. Yes, it's a minimum point here. Yes, correct. And we said minus a is going to give what? Where the x value of the turning point. X value of the turning point is going to be 2. So a is going to be 2. And what's going to be b? B is going to be -3. So b is going to be -3 here. So our function is going to be y equals x minus 2 whole thing of squared -3 will be the answer, right? And next question asked in the 5th part is going to be y equals t is a straight line parallel to x-axis. What is the interval in which t should lie for the straight line and the graph of the quadratic function to intersect at 2 points with positive coordinates? So for that, I'm just going to take 3 examples for you to check, right? I'm going to take this one, y equals 5, right? I'll take this point, and I'm going to take another point here, another y equals -3. So if I take here first one and check what's the x coordinates where it cuts. So if you take here, yeah, it's going to be minus x value, though this is positive, the other one is going to be negative, so we cannot take this guy. So this is out, and it comes here, these all places minus, and it comes 0. So this is the minimum place. It's going to be taking a place where this is giving positive, and this is also giving x value as positive, and other all places x values are going to take positive. So this is my line. I'll be considering from here all values are going to be, x values are going to be positive. So my x values, what is the interval in which t should lie? So t should be lying from t should be from 1 to -3. So it's going to be t should be -3. So t should be greater than -3. If it is 3, only one point it's going to, minus 3 means it's going to be cutting only one place. So t is going to be greater than 3 and t is going to be less than 1. T is going to be less than 1. At 1, it's going to be taking 0. X value is going to be 0. So t should be lying between minus 3 and 1. So this will be the answer. And we have got, and we will check 2019. There also same kind of questions have come. You can see here this kind of question. You can find the answers. And 2020 also, if you take here, the same kind of questions have come. The intervals are given, find the value of x equals 1 is given, using the scale drawing 1, and you can draw symmetry. You can find, right, the interval which the quadratic function is negative. Write the interval of values of x on which the quadratic function is negative. So when it comes to this question, now we have rough drawn a graph. It's not a proper graph, a rough graph I have drawn. Write the interval of value x on which the quadratic function is negative. X values you need to find where the quadratic function is negative. Quadratic function negative means all these places will come under that. Which places will come here is going to be this one. These places, all these values will come. Quadratic function is negative. Other places, all quadratic functions are positive. If you take this area is going to be, quadratic function is going to be positive. In my blue, light blue area, quadratic function is going to be positive, and light green, quadratic function is going to be negative. What's the x value here is going to be the question. What are the x values here? You can see x value is going to be less than, if I've drawn, it should be here somewhere here, right, minus 2 point something, and it's going to be 0.8 or something. So these are the two places you have to have, and x value should be greater than some value here, let's say 2.9 or something like this example, and it is going to be 0.9. So it should be more than that, not equal, right, not equal, more than that. So these are the values, and you know p and q will be what, all these things you can, that's normal thing that you have got. So you can do all these questions. It's no trouble in graphs. Hope everyone has understood what the graph section is. We have done almost all the past paper questions here, and I have explained few which we have not done, and you can do, there is all those, you can try yourself. If you have any doubts, you can WhatsApp to me on my WhatsApp number to get your doubts clarified. So thanks for attending today's class, and we'll meet on another class. Until then, have a nice time and goodbye.